Howdy ho, neighborinos. Welcome to another episode of Herm's House. I am your host, Herm. How do you do? And this is my beautiful, loving, and always so gorgeous wife, Christine.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Getting me so raw because we're talking about how in the house is raw and like in the studio we're like all
Prim and
nice
proper.
and prim and proper.
Mm-hmm.
Got my little cherry on top today.
Your little poof.
I know.
Your little
Like
boop.
went to the gym this morning.
Working on your fitness. I
Working
seen
on
you.
fitness.
I was your witness.
I know. Because we're broken up, remember?
I
In
know.
the gym.
Yeah. I still hit on you, though.
Yeah, you do.
Send you hot messages like sup.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Get the looks from across the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just like had a bunch of things we were running around because my goal was to come home, shower, get ready, do all those things. And I was like, nope, Layla forgot something. Got to take it to her.
Layla forgot her scrubs.
Back, and then
they're so little, by the way. Layla's scrubs are all tiny.
No, tiny because she's tiny. But yeah.
She's little.
So you're getting me and my little cherry on top, nice and
still hot. I don't know what. I
Fresh.
don't know what you're trying to get at, but
I don't know because I feel like when we're in the studio, I like do my makeup.
Still hot.
Like do all the things, and here I am.
Different kind of hot. It's different.
Wiry hair, bun, and makeup on. You know, me.
No, it's fine. Trust
and
me.
like you don't do anything.
What are you talking about?
You just put a shirt on.
And my hat.
And your hat.
Had to get my cut too.
And your cup.
Mm-hmm. So you just literally named off 3 things that I had to do.
Either way.
Did you not?
Another episode. Here we are.
Another episode. And here we are. Well, I wanted to start off with, if you remember, yesterday we had a parent-teacher conference.
Was that yesterday?
With
Man,
our
these days
littlest,
so long.
With our littlest munchkin, the
Gordy?
littlest Herm, as we call him, my Gordy. Great kid. Always been. Everybody loves him. He's the mayor of this freaking elementary. Everybody, when he's leaving, it was, bye, Gordy. When he gets there, everybody says, hi, Gordy. And everybody loves him. Even his teacher, who does love him, let's be fair. She loves the crap out of him. But he's kind of a pain in the butt. And now it's starting to leak into school.
Yeah.
Which in the past it didn't. And now it is.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like talking to her, and she has the same kind of feelings towards him we do.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, he's great, but
yep, love him to death.
Love him to death.
However,
yeah, he does his he goes to the beat of his own drum.
He does.
Like we've said several times on this show, that's what he does.
He's just doing his thing.
If he wants to do it, he's going to do it, and he's going to be great at it.
And what happens if he don't?
He's just not going to do it. He's be like, oh, my leg hurts.
My hand hurts. He hit her with my hand hurts. That's why he wasn't doing his
He said
math.
the other day, he told me, my hair hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair hurts?
Yeah.
Your hair. Mm. Yeah, and it's funny because he's so smart. And the teacher even said, we looked at his test scores, and one of them was really low. And the other one's really high. And she's like, so this really high score in the same category makes me think that he was just not wanting to do it with this score. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, interesting. What was it that he had a low score on? It was sight words. And I'm like, this fool will read things that you don't want him to read on the screen. So I'm like, So like when we came home.
But what you're getting at with what you don't want him to read on the screen is because we're both old. I'm obviously older than you, so we put all the closed captioning on all of our episodes.
I don't know. For me, it's like process. Like, what did they just say?
Yeah, no, 100%.
What was the word they just used?
Especially sometimes whenever we're watching like the English shows where somebody's got like a little bit of an accent, whether it's Southern or English, and you're like, good day, mate. You know, what the hell did you just say, boy? But yeah, we had to read it. Anyways, Gordy does.
But yeah, so
absolutely,
like that, yeah.
And you have to be like,
it's not old. I can hear it. I just can't process. Unlike you who can't hear it. That's a different story.
What was that? Okay.
Different story.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Yes, you threw me off my story.
No. Yeah. Gordy,
so I came home.
Sight words.
And she's like, well, because in the meeting, she's like, well, the sight words are in his binder. You can always test him on it. And I was like, bad on me. I've never seen those sight words, so I haven't practiced with them.
We have.
No, we haven't. Not those sight words. I haven't. Either way. So I was like, okay, Gordy, let's read your sight words. Fast. Because of course, the goal was we had our goddaughter over. We were babysitting yesterday, and he wanted to play with her.
Baby Ava.
And I was like, as soon as you finish, you can go play with Ava. And he was like, 1, 2, 5, thus, this, us, thus. I'm like, you know how to read every single one of them. You had trouble with 2 words. 2 words.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember which 2. Once was word. He was trying to say on. He was trying to say on right? Like, because once is ONCE, which I get it.
I mean, fairness, that almost spells once. So I mean,
Yeah. And then there was like another word, which is again difficult in the English language because the letters can be certain things.
correct.
So 2 words out of the like 50 of them.
Right.
And I'm like,
And he flew through them.
yeah,
And
fast. I'm just like,
the grade that he got, the worst part about it is, and also, okay, just to kind of backtrack a second, when he did the first test, it was within the first couple weeks of school.
mhm.
So he wasn't quite the ham that he is right now. Now that he's been in for 3 months,
Right.
and so now that she's actually realizing his personality and all that kind of stuff, that's when she's like, okay, no, this kid. It's not that he can't read; it's that he ain't reading, just because he don't want to.
Because he doesn't want to.
And sure, he had. I think he had gotten like 15 in a span of like 3 minutes or something, and yeah, she timed him. He got all 50 of them in a span of like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're just like, little boy, you're driving me nuts. And the best part about it is, or let's call it the worst part. I don't. You know what? You be the judge. Well, her goal of telling us that was to try to say this isn't going to work for him throughout his later years, go middle school and high school. It'll eventually catch up and he won't do well. And I kind of raised my hand and was like, he gets that a lot from me. And I was top 7% in my class when I graduated. And I would have, let's be fair, I probably could have been top 5, top 4. I mean,
because I think once he realizes that grades mean something,
Yeah.
because he's only in first grade. So once he realizes that you have to do the assignment or you're going to get a bad grade and you're going to get in trouble with mom and dad, then he's
Uh-huh.
going to realize like, oh, all I have to do is write the sentence and I'm good. Because that's how you are. You're like, I just have to do the minimum and I'm good.
100%.
Then that's when he's just going to keep going. and
Not
be fine.
necessarily the minimum. I just do what I'm told, get it over with, and then I'm
You
good.
told me in
College
college.
is different. No, college is different.
But you told me
College
in
is different.
college.
College is different. College was different. I was already a dad. I was a husband. I was a coach
I
for
didn't
2
say any of
softball
that.
teams.
All I said was you did
Listen,
the
Linda.
minimum
Listen, Linda.
and you were done.
Time was very, very tight for me. So instead of continuing to do, to try to get an A, which would have been unfortunately super easy, I didn't do the minimum. See, hold on. Let's clarify what you're talking about. I didn't do the minimum. No, I did. I basically got hundreds on everything until I reached the score. Because in college, obviously, you have to get like 750 points, and once you get that, you're at a C.
You did the minimum to
850
pass.
points, then you get a B, and of course 1,000 points, then you get your A. As soon as I hit a 750, I turned it off completely.
So you're telling me you did the minimum
not the
to
same
pass. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is what he does to me on a daily basis. He's like, well, let me give you this long explanation about all I said was,
First of all, I don't sound like that.
you did the minimum to pass. Yes
Uh-huh.
or no?
That's not what you said, but yeah, okay, I did. You're right. It's a different situation. It's a different scenario.
I'm going to let everybody just see how this played out. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah,
Highly
I feel
doubt it.
for you.
I highly doubt it.
That's what you do.
They're gonna be like, I don't know. I think it's different. I bet. I'm just saying.
Sure.
So, with
Anyways.
that said, in high school, I didn't do just the minimums and pass. In high school, I literally just did what I was told because you told me to, drill sergeant. If I said you have to do this assignment, you got to do this assignment. You got to do this test. You got to do this test. Whatever. And I did them, and I was pretty good at them. Now it's hilarious because I read a meme that earlier in the week that said in our school days.
Mhm.
We didn't have AI or Google and that stuff. When you were cheating, you were basically cheating off of somebody else, and you borrowed somebody's homework or whatever, right? And you basically learned it anyway.
Yeah.
So, it really benefited you.
Even if, because it was at the very beginning stages of like Ask Jeeves, and the other one was like Cliff's Notes.
Not for me, baby.
Oh, yeah, you're old.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for me, because still it's the same concept. You still have to read through it to answer the questions. So you're still, by default, learning something.
Yeah. AI just does it for you.
Yeah, AI just 100% does
You
it
ain't
for you.
learning nothing.
Yeah, but I was like the complete opposite because I was like, don't break the rules, follow what the teacher's saying. I got called teacher's pet on several occasions in several grades. I was
don't
like,
see it.
but to me, I'm just following the rules and the teachers like me and I'm nice. Why don't you want to be my friend?
I like being liked. Leave me alone. Well, not by you, by the teacher. Because
Well,
you don't have an
that's like,
effect on my...
unfortunately, kids are mean and would not want to be my friend because I was the teacher's pet. They're like, teacher's pet, and like talk crap to me because I was good in school and the teacher
Hey,
liked me.
okay, well, show them your little glow up, bro. Even though you weren't ugly. I mean,
But I'm just saying, like,
like
what the
social glow
heck?
up.
Like, now I'm looking back, I'm like really mad at those people. Like, I was cool.
Girl,
I just did good things. I was a
book
good,
another therapy
because I was a
session.
good person. I was a teacher's pet, and that was the bad thing.
Yeah,
It sounds like a good thing to me now.
I heard that.
Just saying.
I was a teacher's pet, but not in the sense of like I always did good. I just made everybody laugh, so they all liked me. But then they
You were the
also
class
got mad at
clown.
me because I would make people laugh when we're not supposed to be
Yeah.
laughing. You know, like during a test or
Yeah.
things like that.
And I was the people you cheated off of.
especially because you're cute. So absolutely, I would have made sure, unless we had seating assignments, I would have made sure we're sitting next to each other in some aspect. I mean, the seat behind you, in front of you, or next to you.
Like, in hindsight, I knew there's a couple people that did to me in high school.
Yeah.
Like, I was oblivious back then, but now I see it.
No, you
Now
would
I'm
have.
like,
But in fairness, I definitely, minus the age gap of a solid 5.1 years, it would have been. I would have definitely been like, "Sup."
mm.
Yeah, even with your RBF, I would have. That would have.
Yeah, I think that turns off a lot of
Nah, I would
people.
have taken that as a, hey, where my hug at?
Oh my God, the worst.
Trying to get you to smile. Trying to get you to smile. Trying to make you laugh in some way or another. It's going to work.
Sure.
At least, hopefully, it's going to work. It obviously worked. You married this. Boom. So,
Years later. Either way.
with that said, all that gigantic tantrum, the fact that I told the teacher, it not only worked for me, I thrived on it of just being like that. And I was in the top 7% of my class when I graduated. Mind you, there was like 750 people in my graduation,
Yeah.
my graduating class, quite a bit. So I learn things and then I do things and then I put them down and then I get bored. It's just, you.
And maybe he does get bored
I
because
think
he
that's what it
is.
is.
Like, he understands it. You see he's learning it. He reads it. He's smart. And I think he's too smart for his own good.
He's very much like me. Like once you learn it, you do it, and you show you can do it. You're like, why are we still doing this?
Yeah.
This is stupid. Can we move on? Can we do something else? That's kind of how he is, but he hasn't gotten to that mentality yet of saying that. And I think maybe trying to challenge him and getting.
Well, I think it's good because the teacher says she's trying to challenge him now.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, good.
But she's challenging him with like, you'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Not, and
Which
I did.
It's probably a little bit about of me and him now. Who's like, ooh, trouble? No thanks.
Ooh, I don't want to do that.
Don't want to do that.
What is it? The trolley trolley tokens?
Trolley
that's
tokens.
a
She
tongue
she
twister.
said they just implemented them this week, which I think is a great idea. It's a positive discipline kind of thing, right? And so they get
Hoity-toity.
5 trolley tokens, and then they start getting them taken away if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing in class. And one of the things is responsibility, and Gordy's responsibility is to finish his work. And if he doesn't finish his work, he gets a trolley token taken away. But she said this week, nobody got a trolley token taken away. So everybody gets to get a prize this week. So they get to see like,
What it is.
wow, all
I
these
get
prizes. So next week, when she takes away the token, they know what they're losing. So good on her. I think that's a great idea.
Did you guys get swats when you were growing up in school?
Swats. Like
That's
in the
enough.
butt?
Yeah.
Swat you. in the
Paddling
butt. No.
with a paddle.
No, you guys got swats?
Yeah.
What? Did you
Tripping.
go to Catholic school?
No.
Well, you're in Texas.
How much money we got? Get out of here. We ain't got no money for Catholic school.
No,
Tripping.
but there's Catholic schools you don't need to pay for.
Well, we didn't live by one.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you had to. The parent had to sign a form.
And they could hit you?
Oh yeah, if you were like you get certain amounts of trouble, like get you 1 swat, 2 swats,
Oh
3
my
swats, and the
gosh.
principal had a paddle,
A
a
paddle?
wooden paddle
Oh my god.
in his office. And I remember in elementary, my principal's name was Mr. Keener. You can only imagine what we ran that with as a child. Anyway, Mr. Keener, he ended up becoming Dr. Keener and then moved to the junior high, school. Anyways, yeah, he had a big old paddle, and it was just, and they would prop it
Hang
like
it?
on their shelf,
Oh my
right? And he had to go in there.
gosh.
Hey, that's you're getting swat. You got swats. Yeah. I didn't ever get swats because I
That's
wasn't a bad
Texas,
kid.
y'all.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if they still do it. I would sign the form in a heartbeat
There
If they told
probably, I
me,
would pay you money because I believe there would be like a couple counties
yeah, that
that
still have it.
still have it.
Absolutely. Sometimes you need to whip a little boy,
Yeah,
a little paddling.
the thing is,
You never
it
killed
takes
nobody.
one to ruin it for everything, and then you get the
I
principal
know,
that
because you get that dude
takes advantage of it and
turns
swats
3 into
everybody.
15, and then
Yeah, no.
hits him in the back of the back, and you're just like, bruh,
Yeah,
the back of the
no,
back.
I'm
You
gonna
like that one?
swat them right back.
Yep. No, that's.
So yeah, no, I get it.
Would you sign it if that form came
No,
home
I would not.
and they said,
No, I would
if
not.
you don't just get a paddling just for looking
No,
like,
but I don't trust people
uh-huh,
to like do it only when it's right.
whoop them
No.
with the hard.
You can call me and I'll come swat him. I'll use the swat.
Oh,
you
that was
have
an
there.
option. Oh,
I'll
no,
use
no.
that paddle. I'll come in and I'll paddle it myself.
That was an option.
But
You could click
I'm
that
not gonna
box.
let someone else.
Let
swat
me
my
do it
kid.
because you're at work. You ain't trying to take time off.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to take time off. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can take the time off. You'd be like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'll be there in a minute. Or you can just flat out be like, don't hit my kid.
Yeah.
Which, freaking softies.
It's a crazy. We're not gonna get into the politics of all of those things, but for my kids,
Politics of SWATs?
well, yeah, that's you could like the of child discipline and education systems.
Yeah,
and
it's.
all that stuff because of the different ways that children are raised or the different ways that there's kids that have emotional issues that they don't fully know how to properly deal with, and there's some teachers and educators that also have emotional and mental issues that they haven't fully dealt with or went through. Like, so that's why I said it takes one to ruin it for everybody, and that's why rules are in place and things are made.
Soft. But yeah, you're right.
See, that's why we're not talking about
That's
it.
why we're not talking about it.
Because you and I have different views on
Yeah,
different
dang
things.
right.
And we don't bring politics into this, so we're moving on.
Well, we're going to talk about who we voted for next? Okay.
No, we're not.
All right.
No, we're not doing that.
Whatever. Anyway.
No, I think overall, I just want our kids to do well.
Sure.
And Gordy's our last one. It's our last hope.
What last hope? What do you mean? Right? We got
Like
one
for-
kid that could be going
I
to
guess
college for
the last
football. We got
thing-
one
no,
kid
no,
trying
what
to be
I'm
a
saying
surgeon.
is like he's our last one we have to get through all
Oh,
of this.
he
and
says our
go-
last hope. That means like all the other ones failed.
Oh, no. I meant like...
I know how good you are at sayings. My bad.
Yeah.
That's
He's
not,
our last one that we just have to make sure
That's not how you use it.
does well and gets through all of this.
Correct.
And doesn't cause us
He's
too
our
much
last
trouble.
tax deduction.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
Yeah, this is true.
No, and it's true. We do have, and
And don't get
unfortunately,
me wrong. They started saying all these things where you get money for these kids, and I'm like,
homeschooling.
not even. No, can't do that. I'm talking about
Absolutely.
having more kids.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Tripping.
but no.
You can have that. You can have more kids. Not with me.
I mean, technically, I can. You can't.
That's why I said not with me.
I mean, we could.
Nah, it's only a 30% chance of reversal rate.
30%?
30% chance of. Did I say it wrong? 30%
You
chance.
said pretend. Pretend chance.
You're a pretend.
I don't catch you when I can, because you catch me on all of my mishaps.
Because you got a lot.
I know.
Anyways. Yeah. So for him to be our last obligation, if you will, that we have to make sure that
I wouldn't call it an obligation.
It is legal.
I mean, yeah, it is. But
We have to take him to school to go to jail.
He's the last one. We just got to get through and make sure everything goes okay. We're doing pretty good so far.
But he's living in such a
Once
different
they graduate, you're like, yes.
Like when Noah, our oldest, was in first grade. Mind you, he wasn't with me. I didn't get him until he was in second grade. But when he was in first grade, he was living a vastly different life than what Gordy's living now.
All of our kids. All of our kids.
Layla's, in fairness, Layla's wasn't like vastly different.
I feel like it was in a sense of like household environment.
No, environment's way.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about financials.
Yeah. But I'm talking about
she lived in a really nice 2-story
too,
house.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Just like how fast that time went by.
Yeah. Now she's getting ready to graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's
crazy.
Unbelievable.
You think back on how time has flown,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about where we were, because yesterday was
September 11th. Unreal.
And it's crazy because it was 2001.
24 years ago.
24 years. Like, that's crazy. 24
Mm-hmm.
years. We were talking about a client the other day that we had, and she had no idea, like, September 11th. We said September 11th, and she was like, what? And you said 9/11. She's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, oh, I was 1 year old. And you're like, oh.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
And they're teaching it in the history books now, and it's just crazy because I remember that day.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in 5th grade, so it was like at the right where my memories were starting to be solid.
I was a sophomore in high
Your
school.
sophomore in high school. Yeah, and I was at my grandparents' house, and I remember because they would take us to school in the morning, and I remember coming into the living room. My nana was standing at the TV, and those big box TVs, right? This big screen, they had the big screen, but it was like the
Yeah.
box. And she had her hands. I remember her hands. Her hand was to her mouth, and they were kind of folded. Or if you're not watching, her hand to her elbow, and she was just standing there in disbelief. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And she said, "You know, a plane just hit the Twin Towers." And I remember my thought that was in his chair with the remote sitting behind her, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And I remember standing there. We were watching, and then the second plane hit while we were watching the TV, and it was
Mm.
like, "Oh, what? You know, this is crazy. What's happening?" And they're like, "Well, it's in New York City." And New York City, I'm like, "How?" In 5th grade, I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's far from here, isn't it?" But then I'm like, "What's going on? How crazy is this?" Right? The impact truly that it was. It's like, okay, then everybody's like, "Are there going to be more attacks?" And it's what's going on. And I remember they took us to school. We picked up at the time we were giving a ride to school to one little boys that was in my class. His name was Alfonso. I haven't seen him in a while. But we picked him up, and I was like, "Yeah, these planes hit the buildings in New York." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Like, we didn't really
Neat.
understand the impact, right? But then a lot of people didn't show up to school,
Mm.
and the school was kind of like on alert, like we don't know what's going on. We didn't know what was going to happen. Then we heard about the plane that hit the Pentagon, and my teacher at the time, his name was Mr. Womack. He passed away. He's passed away since, which is crazy to me, also time wise. Um, just kind of comforting us as kids, but us not really knowing what's going on. Like, why aren't we having just a regular day? And like, we're scared. Like, are we supposed to go home? People were picking up their kids from school. It was a crazy day being in 5th grade, which was like 10 years old, 9 years old at the time.
Yeah. I think so because I was like 15.
Yeah, 10. I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I was. It was a different time zone for us. I was already getting ready for school whenever the first plane hit, and I remember me and my older brother shared a room on the opposite side of the house, which we had a small house. But my door was a curtain, so my mom yelled from her room to say, "Hey, turn on the TV." Some dummy, I remember that, some dummy flew a plane into the Twin Towers. We were talking like Cessna, something little that would obviously still cause damage and potentially kill people, but certainly not a 747
Well, and at that
jumbo
point
jet.
too, I had never been on an airplane.
Oh, well, yeah, me
So I
neither.
don't know how big the airplane was or how many people were in an airplane, let alone being in a high rise. So
Correct.
I don't know what a high rise looks like
Hmm.
or how many people are in it. You know, I don't know any of that stuff.
Right. And yeah, whenever I left for school, it was still like we don't know what's going on. We think it was an accident. We don't really anticipate anything bad. But by the time I got to school, the second plane had hit on our drive to school, which was I don't know, 7-minute drive from Odessa to my house to school. And the second plane had hit. And I mean, you walked through those hallways and nobody was talking. Everybody was super quiet. It was very somber. And it was just like one of those, the whole day, all we did was we rolled the TV in and we just sat there and watched the news. And everybody was just kind of like, what is going on? And it was the one thing, because at 15, I didn't care at all about joining the military or potentially going to none of that stuff. But it was when I became, 17 years old, and that was kind of one of the things that the recruiter threw at me. Like, 2 years ago, they attacked us, and now it's our turn to fight back. And I was like, yeah, let's go, man, sign me up, let's do it. I didn't do anything. I was in Phoenix and had some planes. I guess all the planes that I helped, all the
No,
pilots
I
that I
mean,
helped
I hate
train.
that you always say that.
Well, I helped train. Let's be fair. I legitimately helped train hundreds of pilots
Yes, and
at my
then
time in the
where
in the
you
Air Force.
worked at the det
Oh,
was to prevent another September 11th happening again.
correct. Yeah, I was at
So
the alert
what you
detachment.
did is significant. You like it's all these little jobs and things that the military does that nobody like you don't realize that is a bigger impact on the protection of our country.
Correct.
And you were always like, oh, I didn't do nothing, I didn't do anything. And I always felt that way too, like as in the contracting, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're just at a desk. But
That's because you had air conditioning.
yeah, but it's all the things that the military does. Each job in support of whatever it is super critical
Of
in the
course.
protection of our country. I think I've mentioned this on Veterans Day when we talked about it. But the impact when you go to those monuments in DC, it was like you signed the biggest contract of your life, right? You signed your
Yeah.
life away for people that you may never meet or never
But
see.
you will never know.
Men and women out there, you know, the ultimate giving the ultimate sacrifice to protect our country. And those, yeah, those people are out there, but your job, the things that you did were in support of all of those things, to help out the fight, to support, and the things that we do back home. So I hate when a lot of veterans don't take credit in their service for the things they did, because there's thousands and millions of people that didn't do what they did.
I don't think it's a credit thing, though. I don't think it's a credit thing. Personally, it's almost a guilt thing, because there are because of September 11th, how many service members lost their lives going over to Iraq and Afghanistan and those areas that lost their lives. I mean, we're doing that walk on Veterans Day because of Staff Sergeant Casson, that he was a reservist in the Army, and he got called up because September 11th. They're like, hey, we need you. All right. And he put his boots on. They said, let's go.
Yep.
He was driving in a Humvee. He was lead of the caravan, and he drove over an IED. It obviously exploded, and he passed away. Those are the ones that I say it's a guilt thing, that I spent my entire career training dudes to go fight, and they went and fought and, made a difference and all that stuff. But again, without our efforts on the flight line and all that stuff that we did, obviously I understand that we did contribute significantly to the fight. But when you talk about those that actually lost their lives, or that have been maimed, or, the Purple Heart recipients and all that kind of stuff, you think about, like, I didn't even come close. I didn't even come close to receiving anything like that. I was, the furthest I got was Lackland Air Force Base in Texas to the Middle East. That's the closest that I got.
Yeah, but it's the support, because like you said, there's home support too.
Of course.
And all those things. And I'm saying that just to say, like, there's a lot of veterans out there that need help.
Yes.
And need support, and they deserve it. And they deserve to have that support and have it and feel it and know that there are outreach out there to help them. But it's hard to get past and say just pass through it, because you can't. It's a lot of the mental battles that they fight in it, and you know how difficult those things can be to fight through. I know how difficult those things can be to fight through, but to know that there is people, and they do deserve it, because they did give the ultimate sacrifice in all of this. And one of these things was to protect our country so that these attacks don't happen again.
The big thing, especially as a recruiter, because I was a recruiter for many years as well for the Air Force, Air National Guard, that I do tell people, especially that they were in, because they kind of have the same guilt, and they're saying, like, I just want to get deployed so I can do something. It's like, listen, when you're signing this paper, you're telling the government, the Air Force, the country, your unit, your command, you have my life if necessary. So you will go, and if necessary, let's go. And that's the difference between us and civilians, that they in no way want to be a part of that. They in no way, like, I don't care, you fly the flag all you want and, be all American and all that kind of stuff. The ones that are signing the dotted line to say, I'll go. What do you need from me? What they needed from me was to be a weapons loader at a training base that never deployed, that never went TDY. And I say never. I got to go once. I got to fly in an F-16. That was cool. And that's just what the duty that was called upon for me. Had they said, we need you to go, which I volunteered multiple times. It's just when you have 100 volunteers and one spot, your chances ain't good. So I volunteered multiple times, never got picked. Had they said, you're going, where's my boots? Let's go. I'm packing my bag and I'm taking off. And I wouldn't think twice about it. But I didn't. I was in for 20 and a half. And here I am now. But I paid for it physically,
Yeah.
doing all that stuff, that working on them jets, and it was very demanding, the physical part of it. You know, missiles, bombs, bullets, all that stuff that we did. I did missile launchers, bomb racks, all that stuff. So it definitely took a toll on my body, which is tough. But obviously, I'm being taken care of, or at least I'm doing my best to take care of it. And that's what is even worse, because now that I'm getting older, everything hurts all the time.
Yeah. It's funny too, as you get older, those little things, those little injuries or the little things that you like push through in the past when you were younger. Um, and now it's just like stops you in your track. Like there's sometimes in my knees, I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't walk, or my back gives out and I'm like, I can't do things. It's the worst getting old and feeling every like thing in your body hurt. It's crazy.
But the biggest difference is, at least for me now, which you haven't quite jumped on that bandwagon yet, maybe because you haven't reached that age, is PT, physical therapy.
I did. So I mean, I did do like my knee. I seriously think like, because in the past I was like, physical therapy, that doesn't work. Like, didn't do it. But went right before we left El Paso. I was going for like almost a year. I did physical therapy for my knees. Was a life changer.
And then?
I've still like, so the things that I do in the gym
Mhm.
are similar to what she had me do in physical therapy.
Sure.
So when I'm working my legs, I'm doing the same exercises that she taught me, just a step above. And she told me that's how it goes. Like, physical therapy was like, had to work baby steps, which is not something that we talk or think about a lot of the times. You're just like, well, for me, because I'm impatient, I'm like, I just want to be ready now.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't go through physical therapy before. So I took this time seriously. So just seeing that it was the baby steps to get me to where I am now, there was no way I'd be squatting with a rack back then. No
Sure.
way. And so the strength and the building of what she helped me do has gotten me to the point where I can lift a little bit heavier now and actually do exercises for my legs.
I stare at you when you're working out. I know. I see you.
So yeah, I honestly is a huge impact. Some people I know is like, oh, they're just gonna send me to physical therapy. Yeah, do it.
Oh, 100%.
Do it,
Can
because
that
it
be a bigger
makes
advocate for physical therapy?
makes a difference.
Shout out Miss Jenna, if she actually listens. She's little, and she got the strongest hands on planet Earth. And she was digging into my thighs today, and I was like, trying to be Mr. Tough Guy, because I'm like, big.
Yeah.
And God bless America, she was.
Well, and
then,
I think Brittany, shout out to Brittany
Yeah.
in El Paso, because she's the one that
She's
really,
the first one.
yeah,
The
she was the
OG for
first,
us.
the OG who really like helped us work through everything. And
Yep.
it's literally like life saving when it comes to how your body works and what you can do. Because for me, having my strength and my legs and my thing, especially with kids, being able to move and do things is like significant. And I think that helped and was a big push and helped us to like not only lose weight, but because now we can go back into the gym.
Right.
And now we know the proper ways to do things and not hurt ourselves.
Sure.
So
And also, if it hurts, stop.
Yeah.
Don't push through it like I did through my entire 20s, which is why both of my shoulders are torn and ripped and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, all you youngins out there, if it hurts, don't push through it.
Just go
You
stretch.
don't have to be tough. Like
Holler at
that's
somebody.
why I have 2 hurt knees. Yeah, stretching. Don't sleep on stretching.
Yeah.
Because when you're hurting and you start stretching, you're like, oh, okay, things are loosen up a little bit. All right.
You want to talk about
This whole
Catch
time?
22? Because remember you were talking about Catch 22s the other show. Catch 22s, at least for me, is if I'm hurting, I need to stretch, but stretching hurts. It hurts to stretch, but I'm hurting because I don't stretch.
Yeah.
But it hurts to stretch. So which one am I going to do? Either way, it's going to hurt.
And then different parts affect different areas, which I didn't think, right? So
Right.
might have bad knees, and I'm like, well, obviously it's my quads and my calf. She's like, no, your back, your hip, your butt area also affects that. And I'm like, what? So like,
It's the
I
only reason
start
I started.
stretching those areas out, and you're like, oh, this is a huge difference. Strengthening my hip, I never thought something to do.
Your
I'm like,
gun is digging into my hip. Yeah, when I went to physical therapy with Brittany in El Paso, I only went because I had just had surgery.
Yeah.
And she was helping me recoup from said surgery. It wasn't because something's hurting. and I need to get it fixed. That's what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Something's hurting. I haven't had surgery on it. I mean, recently I have had surgery on it. But now it's to try to make it better so that I hopefully don't need another surgery.
Right.
That's called preventative maintenance.
Yes. And it's helpful. So if you're against it, just do it.
No, it also depends on your physical therapist. Because if
Yeah,
they're not
that's true too.
if they're not a pleasant person to be around,
This is
you're not
true.
going to want to go back. You're like, that person sucked. Luckily the clinic that I go to, that I think you should start going to for your knees, is top notch. Like everybody there is very welcoming, super nice, and it's just
But
it's
then
fun to
also
go in there.
find one.
Of course,
You know, insurance allowing. Find one.
there's a
in your
million.
network. Yeah.
I guarantee.
Or there's YouTube.
If you can't afford it,
If you can't afford it,
there's YouTube.
YouTube's free.
How can I do physical therapy on my shoulder? Click,
Yeah.
click, click. I
Yeah.
guarantee you there's some stretch.
But
or
we are
weight,
not doctors or
lawyers and such.
oh yeah.
Mamas,
We're not
don't let
professionals
your
in any
babies-
matter. It's just worked for us.
Correct.
So we want to share that.
It's called
with
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked. So what are you going to do? It's helpful, right?
Yeah.
And it'll help you run.
you. Yeah. It'll help.
help you.
It'll just
It'll help you run away.
Physical fitness is just good for you. It's
And good for
you.
me.
Good for me.
PT. That's a Jody. Good for you. Good for me. That's
and
running. That's running a basic training right there.
If you feel good, you look good.
If you look good,
yeah, all the things.
You play good. Play good. They pay good. Deion Sanders. Anyways,
Either way, I think it does have when I think about my life and mental health, physical fitness helps with my mental health.
Especially with the consistency of it.
Yeah.
Not
It's
just doing
hard.
it every once in a while.
And don't get me wrong, it's so hard. Life is hard, people. Life is hard.
Why are we even doing this?
I know, but it's worth it. And I just as I was talking on my Instagram story earlier about finding your happiness and all the things.
What's
and
your
all
Instagram handle?
At Katie Herms.
Sam.
No, it's not anymore. I changed it.
Oh, you divorced me on Instagram
No,
too?
I didn't, because remember when we started
Slowly
this a long
releasing
time
me.
ago, I was like, we should share an Instagram account and let's post all the funny things that we do and reels together and all this. And you're like, yeah. No, we're not sharing, because then that means something bad when people share Instagram
100%,
accounts.
bro. If you got a shared account, which one of you did wrong?
Yes.
Anyways.
And so back then I just left it. I never changed it. So, oh no, don't go to Katie Herm. She does not exist anymore.
Oh, no.
It's Kristy Herm now.
Spell it.
Kristiherm.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, she
Kristy
posts
Herm.
some pretty seductive photos. Not that, like, it's on purpose. She's fully clothed. Like, don't think. Yeah.
I'm like,
she's just
that's
hot.
just
Anyways,
on my OnlyFans.
sorry. You were.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, what?
No.
That's how you've been getting money.
No.
Yeah, your Instagram story from
Yeah, my
earlier?
Instagram story, I was talking about happiness, and one of my biggest things, and I don't hear it, I think this is going to be my thing. I think I'm going to run with this,
Okay.
and I'm going to start selling it. No, I'm just not going to sell it. You just follow me, and you'll see it. The happy list.
I thought you were going to bottle happiness up and sell it. I was like, give me a
Ooh.
case. I'm in.
Just like in a glass jar.
the
Here's
people.
happiness. No.
Oh.
No. So one thing I was talking about that helped me get out of my depression,
Yep.
my postpartum that I didn't realize I had for like almost 2 years, is a happy list. I was like, what can I do to get out of this?
Mhm.
And I discovered that I was like, okay, you know what? I need to start, I need to pull myself out of it. I was just, all these life coaches, all these therapists, all these things is like, you create your own happiness. And I'm like, how do you create your own happiness when you feel in such a low and dark place? That's not a thing. I don't create happiness. That's not a thing. And then I was like, okay, let me get out of my head. How do I create happiness? And I'm like, okay, what makes me happy? And I think it was just like one time I was just drinking coffee, sitting on our little balcony thing, and I'm like, coffee makes me happy.
And we used to have a balcony in our old house
Yeah,
that
it
she
did. It
made
was
me
pretty
sell
cool.
and she moved away from. But anyways.
And so when drinking the coffee, I'm like, okay, then I think of it like, why does coffee make me happy? And I remember when I was younger, some of the happier mornings was when I would have spent the night at my Nana Tata's house. And in the morning they were drinking coffee. And we'd have coffee and we'd have
Coffee Conchas.
Yeah, conchas. I would say pan de huevo or
Pan de
conchas.
huevo.
What do we call them? Or cochitos, or the little piggies.
These are all Mexican candy breads, guys, for
they're
all you that
breads.
don't speak Espanol.
And I just remember how peaceful and amazing and magical those moments were with my grandparents. I think that's why coffee makes me happy. And I'm like, I need to write this on my list, because when I'm feeling sad or down, I'm going to do that. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to start catching when I feel happy, because I'm back then. It was very little things that were making me happy, as I just felt sad all the time. And so like another thing was like my musicals and singing and getting to dance around the kitchen, listening to my musicals. Right. And so I'm like, I wrote that down. Another thing was a crepe, a Nutella crepe. I don't know what about it.
Clap.
Just eating it made me so happy. And so I just started creating this list.
Wasn't that deployment?
I did like the crepe. It did. It actually was one of the things during deployment that made me happy.
There you go.
And so I created this happy list of, so when I'm feeling down or sad, I just go over to my happy list and I'm like, what are the things that make me happy? I'm going to do that right now. And so over the last couple of days, some bad things have been happening in our country, and just overall it's been ugly. Just for me, I like doesn't matter what side, it's just ugly things happen and mean things are being said. And I don't like mean things. And so it makes me sad. I see people hurting, I see people fighting, and it makes me sad. And so I was feeling down and sad these last couple of days. And so I was sharing on my Instagram story, like this morning, I was like, you know what? I don't want to feel like this. What is on my happy list? You know what? I'm going to go get a coffee. I got myself a coffee, a cheese Danish. I threw on Glee soundtracks, and I just was jamming and cruising and listening to the songs and singing along, and felt a million times better. So I just felt like I had to share that with everybody on what I was doing. What is that face? It's because they didn't get you one.
You got a coffee and a cheese Danish, and you didn't even bring me I like.
No, but at that time, it's what I needed. And I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't
just
thinking
got
about
two
you.
and thrown it in the bag.
I wasn't thinking about you,
I'm over here
because at this
walking
time,
your bratty kid to school, and you eating cheese Danishes.
yes, I just needed it, honestly, because I was feeling down. I've been telling you I've been feeling down.
I know. It's just been a lot of
And
craziness
sometimes
going
I
on.
have to think about me and not think about you and your happiness sometimes. Because if I think about your happiness too much when I'm not happy, if I'm pouring into your cup too much, then my cup's empty. And then I have no happiness and I'm sad. So I have to fill my cup
cheese
up.
Danish.
And I will get you a cheese Danish
I
at
don't
another
want
time.
one anymore. It's
You
a
cannot
pity
feel
one.
me. You're not going to make me feel guilty.
Can you buy me beer later?
You're not going to make me feel guilty.
Can you make it up to me?
No,
Buy
because
me
you're
a-
not taking accountability for what you just did to me right now on
You
air.
could have bought me a cheese
You're
Danish.
not taking accountability for it. I'm going to make you take accountability for it right now, because people do this. People do this to people like me and things like that.
People like you.
Is you try to make us feel guilty for creating a little bit of happiness in my life because I didn't include you or have you as part of it, right? And that's okay. Let me tell you, everybody that's listening and hearing you out right now,
Yeah, Mom.
is you're allowed to create your own happiness for you, for those little moments, and not feel guilty about it. I don't have to make you happy all the time in those moments when I need it sometimes.
Let's be fair. When you told me you got a coffee, I was like, oh, good for you. Like, because I know how much you enjoy coffee.
Yes, I know. And
But
I
then
had to,
you piling on with a cheese Danish.
right, because I'm telling you,
At least it wasn't a lemon loaf.
I'm recreating the happy moment.
At least it wasn't a lemon loaf.
He is so, Herm is so great at doing this, of making jokes of like these things. And he's like, let me just make a joke and continue to make a joke about it because it's getting serious and it's getting real.
Nope.
Yes.
This is not a serious podcast, bro.
Today it felt like it. Today
Why?
It felt like
we're
it needed to
talking about
be.
September 11th.
Yeah, today it felt like it needed to be.
September 11th.
And so what I'm saying in all of this is create your happy list, and you're okay to do those happy things. Sometimes, listen, you shush.
I was going to ask a
mansplainer.
question.
It's sometimes, as a wife, as a mom, you need those things to make you happy, to stop, because you're constantly taking care of people, not only your family, but then around you. So then to stop and take a moment for yourself to create your happy, that's okay. And
I was
it
going
feels
to
good.
ask about your happy list. Is that similar or the same or different than a gratitude journal? Because I've heard of a gratitude journal. I don't have one, but I've heard of one.
I would say it can run alongside of it, right? Because a gratitude journal, I feel like, is I am thankful for. So
Right,
you're
you don't
saying
actually-
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I am thankful for my husband, who is supportive and wonderful and amazing and does so many things for me and for our kids. Okay, that's great. I'm thankful I woke up this morning. I have breath in my lungs. I have
But
healthy
you can go
things.
buy coffee and it'll make you happy.
Yeah. So then I could, after I did the thing on on my happy list, I can say I'm grateful that I had the ability to stop and grab a cup of coffee
Whenever you want.
and have a moment for myself. So
Right.
those things run alongside of each other. If you have a happy list, then you can say, I did the happy thing. I'm grateful that I was able to do a happy thing on my list.
I've never thought of writing down what makes me happy.
Right. And I think that's why I feel like I discovered something and I'm going to run with it.
Sure.
Because you don't think about taking a moment and recognizing, especially if you're in depression or feeling sad, like taking a stop to say, oh my gosh, I feel happy right now. Let me write down what this is.
What is it?
Because I'm not always going to feel happy. So when I'm not, and I need to, I feel like I'm so down, you have your happy list. And then you have this happy list and you can share it with an accountability partner, right? So I can share my happy list with you where I'm thankfully I'm in a really good place where I can pull myself out of these things, right? When I'm feeling down. There's some people that can't. And so when you have an accountability partner with your happy list, you can say, hey, for you example, you'd say, hey, you see one of those things on my happy list. Hey, I brought you some coffee. Let's sit down and just let's drink coffee. So then you're able to pull that person on their happy list. You're giving them that little thing that might help them to feel happy. So not only is it step one, having your happy list, being able to do it yourself, but step two, finding an accountability partner, whether it be your husband, a sibling, a parent, to help you when they recognize, because we should always be, I fully believe you should always be looking out for others. And when you recognize something's just off with them, to say, hey, let's do something on your happy list. I remember you told me you really like, you really like going for walks in the park. Let's go take a walk in the park. Stopping, right? Stopping them in that moment, because in their mind and in their life, there's things just spiraling and moving them all the time and craziness, right? So stopping them in that moment and saying, hey, let's just do this. Because it's okay. You have the ability to stop and just do that, because you're going to need that moment right then and there. So I think it's something I've been sharing lately, and I feel like it's calling me, like, continue to share it, because you don't hear it. I've never heard it.
It's
and
adorable.
It helped me significantly get out of that postpartum. So make your happy list, start putting things on it, even if you can't right now when you don't feel like anything. As soon as you feel like that smile on your face, or even think back to like the things that used to make you happy, like maybe even into childhood, what was something that made you happy, or even into like teen, it's things that just made you smile. Maybe it was your favorite song, or maybe it was a TV show, or maybe it was something like a piece of art, something that you just recall that made you happy.
Cowboys winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And then just remember, go watch
ain't gonna
it,
do it
or
again.
go, but even if it is like what made you happy in those moments, and then like just go watch those things and see those things that you saw. And sure, it's not happening now, but it was happy at one point.
It's a really good point. To add to that, every time I watch that fourth quarter Texas versus USC in 2006, I think it was January 2006, when Vince Young just completely dominated and walks into the end zone in a fourth and go. Oh, every time I watch that, I get goosebumps. I'm just like, oh, that was so amazing. Because I got to watch it. I got to actually watch the game, and I was old enough to appreciate the game, and it was amazing. But yeah, you're right. Going back to it, putting it back on, just like, dang, that's awesome. So yeah.
Yeah. You find those little moments that you just know that you remember you felt it, and just replay it. Do it. Stop in that day. Make yourself happy.
Sure.
Because it counts. Everybody deserves to be happy, and I'll say that always. You create your happiness, and I didn't understand what that meant.
Right.
Back then when it was first being told to me, and I was feeling like garbage. But you deserve to be happy, and you can create the happiness.
Right.
And by what they mean by creating that happiness is remembering those things that do make you happy, and then just like, let's do it. Let's do the things that make me happy.
As minimal and trivial and all the other words as they are, if they make you happy, they make you happy. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's you. It's whatever things make, not what makes them happy, unless whatever you making someone else happy makes you happy.
Correct.
If that's on your list, put it on your list. Because sometimes it's like, let me just send a I'm thinking about you note to somebody, and then maybe that makes you feel good. So yeah, add that to your happy list. Do it. Do it in that moment. Don't wait. Don't sit in
FYI,
it. Just
whenever
be happy.
if you send me a good picture, that makes me happy. Just FYI.
Well, then say, hey babe, I need a picture, and then I'm like, okay, I know that he needs a picture right now because that'll make him happy.
Let me go take my shirt off.
I digress, because I will go on and on and on about this.
Yeah. No, and that's
I just
good.
think
Obviously,
feel
you're
like anytime.
passionate about that, and that's great because it actually could potentially help people. And that's if you're listening and that does help you, let us know.
Yeah.
Shoot us a DM. We always tag both our personal Instagrams on our Herm's House podcast Instagram. So
Mhm.
if you do get on that one, you're more than able to tag one of us, friend us, shoot us a DM.
Follow us, like us,
Yeah,
subscribe, share
friend
with
us is
others.
Instagram.
Share this to someone who might need this in their life
There you go.
because we're here.
But again,
They're always welcome at Herm's house.
again, the legalities of we are not licensed.
We're not
therapists.
licensed
Please do
professionals.
not. Please do not take this in place of a licensed
I was
therapist.
listening to Mel Robbins the other day, and she was like, "I am just a friend who loves you." This is her like disclaimer. And she's like, "I am just a friend who loves you. I'm not a professional."
I am
I'm
far
like,
from
that
it.
is very true, and that's what we are. We're just friends.
It's stuff that's worked for us multiple occasions, and stuff that hasn't worked for us. So we made it a point to let y'all know, hey, that didn't work. But yeah, with that, I mean, with that said, we don't have enough time to talk about my next topic that I want to
I mean,
talk
we
about.
quickly, if
No,
you talk
heck
about
no.
it quickly.
You just talk. No, you think as you were as passionate with that, you think I'm gonna be like not tripping?
I mean,
I'm gonna leave it for the next
episode. You're gonna
little
cliffhanger.
Teaser.
Look at that. Look
All
at us
right.
leaving cliffhangers.
We're gonna
look at us.
we're gonna discuss. Look at us. Look, we're gonna discuss. The federal government released a video of us
Don't say what it is.
shooting that.
Don't say what it is. Don't. Then they can look it up, and then it's not a cliffhanger.
Of us shooting that stuff, and
Herm doesn't know how to do cliffhangers.
that was it. We'll be talking about that one next one for sure. Bro.
You know how easily they can Google that now?
Oh, Google it. I don't care. I'm still gonna talk about it.
Okay.
It's old news, apparently. But I just heard it. So I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh.
Anyways.
Jinx.
Do you owe me a Coke? Or are we going to do our jinx thing that we do?
No.
Yeah. NSFW.
Yeah.
That's what that one.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, so that's our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. As you guys know, you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the heck out of here. We got stuff to do.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.